everyone, welcome. You're watching The Property Show, your daily digest of everything property. Best deals from across India's property markets, backed by research and solid numbers and credible advice as well. Joining us today to guide us along the way, Sameer Jasuja, founder and MD of Prop Equity. And let's tell you what we've got on the show today. 55,000 home buyers in Noida stranded as the Environment Ministry refuses to notify the rules of eco-sensitive zone around the Okla Bird Sanctuary. This from a government which promised us housing for all. What's really going on here? Also, Amravati has been declared as Andhra's new capital. What lies ahead for this historical city's real estate? We'll get you top expert voices. Then, of course, we'll go across the country and cull out top properties, starting with Noida at 75 lakh rupees, Mumbai at 1 crore, almost 2 crores. What is it that you can buy? Navi Mumbai budget homes in 25 lakh rupees. Indore, again, very, very modest budget there, 25 lakh, and Hyderabad at 15 lakh rupees. Our top story, the controversy over the identification of eco-sensitive zone or the buffer zone around the Okla Bird Sanctuary refuses to die down. Inaction on part of the Environment Ministry in issuing the final notification declaring the radius of the buffer zone has left 55,000 home buyers in Noida stranded. For a government which has laid down a vision of housing for all in 7 years, is this delay justified? Oinita Moja reports.
55,000 flat owners of Noida are left in the lurch, a clear case of Central Environment Ministry's apathy towards these home buyers. They cannot move into their homes which are ready for possession as the Environment Ministry is dragging its feet on the final notification identifying the eco-sensitive zone around the Okla Bird Sanctuary even after over a year of National Green Tribunal's directive to the ministry.
In all this, the buyer suffers and they are paying the rent, they are paying EMIs, and they are financially they are suffering. Now even if after the building is complete, they can't stay because of all these issues, and the Government of India or the Ministry of Environment, I don't understand what they are doing.
It all started in October 2013 when the National Green Tribunal clamped a blanket ban on all construction activities and issue of completion certificate for 49 projects which fell within 10 kilometers of the Okla Bird Sanctuary till the Environment Ministry, in consultation with UP government, did not come out with a final zone that would act as a buffer around the bird sanctuary. A 3-member committee was set up to examine the matter. After a lot of back and forth, the Environment Ministry issued a draft notification earmarking 100 meters to 1.27 kilometers from the Okla Bird Sanctuary as an eco-sensitive zone, exactly a year after the NGT order. MOEF was to issue the final notification within a month of the committee submitting its report. The draft notification was posted on the ministry's website on October 14, 2014 for comments, and as per ministry norms, the final notification should be issued within 60 to 545 days of the draft notification.
There was an oversight on all concerned that, this has to be looked into. So very well, look into it. We are not saying don't look into it, but once everything has been done, the whole exercise has been completed, then why delay the decision of the NGT? Why does the MOEF not give their decision to the NGT as has been directed by the Supreme Court? Why are they sitting on it?
No queries.
Despite our best efforts to get a reaction from the Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar, the minister refused to take any questions from us on the issue. The Okla Sanctuary covers nearly 4 square kilometers and is situated at the entrance of Noida in Gautam Budh Nagar in Uttar Pradesh, bordering Delhi.
The project which are coming within 10 kilometers has to come before the National Board for Wildlife. So it's not that for the decades, but you can say that by 2005 it has been made in a way a mandatory. But that also was either inaction from the state governments. So the state government, if they would have come out with the notification for the eco-sensitive zone that they want to keep 1 kilometer, 5 kilometer, whatever, then this situation would not have arisen.
The deafening silence of the Environment Ministry has added to the anxiety and anguish of the thousands of home buyers who have nowhere to go or no one to turn to, as the ball now rests in the Environment Ministry's court. But will the Environment Ministry take note of the plight of the thousands of home buyers and expedite the notification, or will it still go slow? that remains to be seen. In New Delhi, Onitam Oja, NDTV.
The royal mess made by the UP State Authority and now the delay from the Ministry of Environment is nothing but state-levied emotional distress on buyers of these homes. Who should be held accountable and what's the way out? Watch the big debate on Thursday, 9th April on the Property Show for the answers. All right, on to something more cheerful, Sameer.
Yes, absolutely.
Questions and answers and help our buyers take the right decision. Rajan Kullar on the phone line with us. Rajan, hi, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I want to buy a 3 BHK flat with all modern amenities near the proposed metro route, and preferably in sectors 105 and 137 in Noida. And my budget is around 70 to 75 lakhs. And it'll be great if I get possession by July 2016. So
All right.
please suggest me the best quality and safer.
Okay, we'll make sure that you actually invest in projects which can assure delivery by 2016, isn't it, Sameer? So we must see the structure up there. That's the bare minimum. And we've seen some of the sectors, 105 to 137, also have the NGT verdict hanging on it per se. But not too many, just a few of them.
I won't be, because what we are going to recommend, which comes within the budget of Rajan's, is the Noida Expressway Stretch 2. So I'm pretty confident that that will be very well outside the NGT border. The other thing that I'd like to mention is that Noida is now a classic example of demand-supply mismatch, and this was a micro market. I would talk about the expressway where prices 4-5 years ago for ready projects were 8,000 to 9,000 rupees a square foot. Today we are down to 4,500 to 5,000 rupees a square foot of ready projects. So that's the kind of price points that have come down with respect to Noida Expressway Stretch 2, and I hope the prices don't fall further, but I think this would be a great time to buy end-use property with the kind of infrastructure that's coming about on the Noida stretch of the expressway, with the metro coming in, and getting ready projects at 4,500 is, I would say, quite a steal. Coming to the key data points of these micro markets, the inventory overhang for ready projects is very healthy. It's only 5 months for Noida Expressway Stretch 2, 15 months, and Noida Expressway Stretch 2 is only 8 odd months. The weighted average price, although higher for the stretch 1 is 5,900 and stretch 2 is 5,000 rupees a square foot. Again, we are referring to ready projects here. So quite an attractive price point, I would say. Price appreciation for ready projects has been about 11% on an annualized basis. And the 3 projects that you can look out for, which will surely get ready this year, are Vivante by Gulshan Homes. This is at 5,200. This is a 7-acre odd project, 10 towers with 23 stories. This project is nearing completion now, and phase 1 is being delivered in a couple of months. The amenities are very good, including a steam sauna, massage room, besides the natural clubhouse, badminton and basketball courts. Paras Tierra by Paras Buildtech, this is at 4,800 to 5,200 rupees. It's a private equity backed project. It's a 30-acre self-sustained mini township with a mix of low-rise and high-rise apartments. Total of 28 towers and 100,000 square feet clubhouse with a health fitness center, amphitheater and swimming pool, Wi-Fi enabled complex, that's a good one. And lastly, we have Lotus Panache by the 3C company between 5,550 and 6,000 rupees. This is a 41-acre project with 3,300 odd units. This has got an IGBC Green Homes LEED certification, and this project will be the first Asia's net zero energy project.
All right, but Sameer, out of this, Lotus Panache, we know for sure, is in that radius of 10 kilometers from Okla Bird Sanctuary. And in fact, the developer has given provisional certificate and people have moved in, but then they are struggling. And that's the thing that we will be highlighting very soon and continuously on the show. Hopefully, though, the second phase of the project that you will buy into should not have these problems. Vivanta, Gulshan Homes, Paras Tierra, Paras Buildtech and Lotus Panache by 3C Company. All right, Manisha Kothari on the phone line with us. Manisha, hi. Go ahead with your question. How can we help you?
Hi. Actually, my office is at Mindspace Malad, and I'm looking a property for myself.
Okay.
And it should be a 2 BHK property in Malad or nearby area. And for that, my budget is 1.6 to 1.8 crores.
All right, so let's get down to the task. Malad, in fact, Sameer, the data which came in from Prop Equity, I was so surprised to see an inventory overhang figure of just 12 months. I mean, that's unheard of in Mumbai market, Mumbai region market. So 12 months, that's it. So fast moving market, you would say?
Actually not. The unheard of part is not actually true because we are talking about ready projects here. Again, so when you talk about ready projects, the inventory overhang always comes down.
Right.
Had
Okay.
I gone and put the
Looked at
analytics
under
on
construction
2017, 2018 completion years, this would have been 30 months plus.
So that's the reason why the Noida figures also looked so healthy.
Yes, absolutely. And I mentioned that when you were talking about that query, that we are talking about ready projects here or getting completed this year, where, of course, so you can imagine the sales of these projects would have started 4 years ago, and yet there is an inventory overhang. So sales are really slow. 12 months of inventory overhang, as Manisha rightly pointed out. This is because the projects are getting ready by 2015. The weighted average price, again, 13,900 rupees a square foot. Secondary market, Malad West, where the price points I don't think will come down any further. Look at the price appreciation has been 13% analyzed, so that's not slowing down for ready projects at all, especially in Mumbai, where there is again a demand supply mismatch of a different kind, of an opposite kind to Noida, where ready projects are in demand and under construction are not so much in demand because of end use requirements. The first project are Modi Spaces Ankur. This is a project at 28,500 on carpet area. So super area will be much lesser, around the range of the weighted average price of the market. This is a standalone building, a redevelopment project of S+19 structure. It's 1.6 kilometers from the mind space, and the developer has already delivered 13 projects in Mumbai. So he has the local domain expertise of doing redevelopment as well. Evershine Nagar off Link Road, Malad is where the location is, at the Padma Nagar. Rommel Diva by Rommel Group, this is at 14,000 rupees, again a redevelopment project consisting of 2 towers of 23 stories. Project is 850 meters away from Infinity Mall and 1.3 kilometers from Mindspace, so an excellent location from every standpoint, and the developer has also delivered about 14 odd projects in Mumbai. Blue Orbit Phase 3 by Atul Projects India Limited at 13,500. This is consisting of 3 buildings of S+10 stories, 400 meters from the Infant Jesus School and 900 meters from the Norbit Mall. Developer has delivered 10 projects already, and this is located at the Ahimsa Marg, Goregaon Mindlink Road, Malad.
All right, so for ready projects, the other thing which Sameer, you've noted is that there is reasonable price appreciation is
In Mumbai.
in Mumbai, but not in Noida.
Not
Noida
in
is
Noida
11 to
because-
12% is what we saw.
Yes, and that also probably will start to come down because with the kind of supply there is in Noida, you know, like I said, that if you look at ready projects price points, over the last 5 years has come down by more than 100%. So 5 years ago, if you went and bought a project on the Noida Expressway Stretch 1, you would get a project at 8,000 rupees a square foot that would be ready, and today you can get it at 5,000 rupees.
Good Lord. And then they say that prices are not cracking. Prices have cracked.
Prices have clearly cracked, but that so here is the technical definition, as I may want to say it. If prices have not cracked that way because there
People
was
are
an oversupply. New projects that came in at 3,000 rupees, and because of this oversupply, ideally a project should have been 8 to 9,000 rupees, but because of so much investor demand in the NCR region and limited demand from the investors today, you are seeing price points of ready projects at 5 to 6,000 rupees. So cracked would have meant that the project launched at 9,000 and selling at 5,000. It was launched at 3,000, at 6,000, but comparatively, projects on this part of the road were at 8,000.
So what you're saying is that the bubble has burst. Rather, it had gone up to 8,000 and now they've moderated to much more modest and
reasonable,
realistic
affordable
levels.
prices.
Realistic and affordable levels. That's the Mumbai and NCR market for you. So good time to grab good projects, especially, and we're getting end user questions. Everybody who wants to buy a ready project is clearly an end user. Sunil Shinoy writes in, and he wants something in Hyderabad. He says, I'm planning to buy a 2 or 3 BHK apartment in Hyderabad. Budget is 40 to 50 lakhs. I've looked at a few projects, but most of them have a water problem. I'm interested in areas close to Gachibowli High-Tech City and looking for an apartment where there are supermarkets, banks, etc. within walkable distance, and also all basic amenities plus 24-hour water. You know, Hyderabad, I lived in that city for 20 years ago, Sameer. In fact, I would say 24 years ago. And I still faced water problems even then. It's a city which has a perennial water problem. Even then, construction doesn't stop and work doesn't stop.
Well, one had hoped in 20 years the Hyderabad government would have solved that problem. But yes, the pace of the growth of real estate and the infrastructure growth and the IT growth, I would say, for Hyderabad, the problem still remains, and hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, hope this government would be able to sort this out. Manikonda is the right location for you. You had two questions. One was with respect to apartments and the other one was with respect to plotted development. So we've addressed both your queries. The micro market in which we recommend you to look for apartments is as close to Gachibowli as we've been always recommending. A safe bet, which is Manikonda, Gopanhalli, and the plotted development with your budget in mind can only be bought at Abitala, where the inventory overhang is also pretty good at 12 months because the price is also very affordable and supply is limited. On the weighted average, on the inventory overhang for the apartments, Manikonda is 16 months and Gopanhalli is 12 months. Price points on the weighted average price scale for the mid segment on the apartment side is about 3,500 rupees a square foot for both the micro markets, and the plotted development is about 900 rupees a square foot. Surprisingly, the apartments have done much better than the plots, even though the base is so low. The Gopanhalli micro market, as we've been always recommending, is grown about 11% annualized, so it started to catch up with the other tier 1 cities on appreciation, and Manikonda is about 9%. The plotted development for Adibatla is about 6% on the appreciation scale. The three projects that you should look at from the apartments point of view is Green Living by Gaura Hallmark. Manikonda, this is a 3.5 acre development. The builder is well known for commercial developments across the city, and the location is a peaceful residential location equidistant from high-tech city in Gachibowli. Then we have Sri Himdurga SIV Hills by BRC Infra. This project is located close to the landmark project Lanco Hills. It's a project with 7 blocks and 8 acres with about 800 units. So I would say the density is not extremely good, but CRISIL has rated this project as a 5-star project, and currently one block is ready and another block which we had recommended will be ready by 2015 April. Lastly, Mupa's Green Grandeur by Mupa Homes. This project is a 3490 located in Gopanhalli Crossroads adjacent to the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research and very close to the Wipro SEZ. The project is a 3.35 acre development with 205 apartments, so much better density than the previous one. It's a IGBC certified building, has all the amenities, also including a Zen garden for meditation. And then we have one plotted development project recommendation for you, which is Aerospace County in Green City, Adibatla, trading at 880 rupees a square foot or 7,900 rupees a square yard. This project is promoted by Green City Estates in association with Dukes. This is the most trusted real estate developer of Hyderabad, which is Green City Estates, approved by DHFL and India Homes. And there will be amenities, even though it's a plotted development of a swimming pool, underground drainage, children's play area and a multi-purpose hall.
All right, well, let's bring out those 3 projects which are topping our list when it comes to Hyderabad, close to high-tech city. Manikonda is the market that we are talking about. So 4 projects in all. We'll stay with that region. Amravati has been officially declared as the new capital of Andhra Pradesh. We take a look on the region's real estate roadmap when we come back in a moment.